child brides in Southwest Florida.
I asked my usual questions. How old are you? How old is your child?
Married and a mother.
How old is the father?
While in middle school.
And it was at that point that I realized that this was not a normal paternity case.
Children are being forced to marry grown men in Southwest Florida by their own parents, moving adult men into their pubescent daughters' bedrooms and expecting them to act as newlyweds.
An astonishing Lee County custody case has brought this issue out into the open. And NBC2 investigator Rachel Polansky uncovered the victim is not the only one.
That's right, Kelly and Peter. This young girl's parents and illegitimate husband came to the United States from Guatemala, which has one of the highest child marriage rates in Latin America. But she was born in the U.S., and even though she went to school in Lee County and gave birth in a local hospital, her life as a child bride remained a secret. In September 2016, a young woman made a heart-wrenching decision, calling deputies to reveal her deepest, darkest secret.
When I was 13, my parents made me marry a 25-year-old man.
Her pain so fresh she did not want her real voice or name used in our story. But these are her words, spoken by another woman.
I thought it would be just for a couple of days, and then I realized it was gonna be forever.
The victim, who we'll call Anna, told me that she lived with a man in her bedroom in her parents' home while she went to middle school.
My mom told me I had to learn how to cook for him, wash his clothes, do everything.
She was only 13 and gave birth to his child a year later.
For me, it was weird because I didn't know why my stomach was growing.
She also did not know she was a victim until 6 years after her so-called marriage, when she met attorney Tony Latino.
I was in shock.
Anna was fighting for custody of her child.
My stomach turned
After she finally got the courage to leave her illegitimate husband.
when I asked her how old the father was. She says, I think he's about 32 now.
Latino had to explain to Anna that what happened to her wasn't okay.
She was born in this country. She went to school here. She had no idea that she was being violated.
We could call the matter of Antonio Juarez.
Antonio Juarez was arrested in October, charged with lewd or lascivious battery. His attorney expects a plea deal next month. Did he know about the age of consent?
He was completely unaware of it. And to many of us, that seems completely bizarre and impossible. He had no idea whatsoever. There was no intention whatsoever to break the law. It's not an excuse, but it's the truth.
We wanted to know, could that really be the truth? A girl at age 14 getting married, that's common.
Yes. Yes, it's common.
Guatemalans who live in Southwest Florida, like Marta Matias, tell me what happened to Anna is typical.
The more youngest the wife they're gonna get, more they have to pay for, because she's really young.
In fact, in Guatemala, 30% of girls are married before the age of 18. When I found out about this case, I thought it was shocking. You didn't.
No, it's normal. It's normal in Guatemala for a girl to be married. As soon as she gets her period, her parents will start looking for someone who's going to buy her once she starts menstruating.
Janelle Grant is the founder of the Grace Project, which teaches family and reproductive health to Indigenous, Latina, and farm worker women in Southwest Florida. Do you worry that there are similar cases happening right now, going undetected?
I'm sure there are.
Right here in Lee County?
Right here in Lee County.
That's why Grant and Latino want to get the word out.
It's a form of slavery.
So that young girls understand they have rights.
In South Florida, it's a very big problem. And I think it's time that we do something about it.
As for Anna, she's ready to move forward with her own child and end the cycle of abuse. Now, Anna told me that she hopes to go to college and become a medical assistant. As for the man who fathered her child, as part of his punishment, Anna's attorney wants him to record a PSA for local Spanish radio stations warning other Guatemalan men not to marry young girls. For the NBC2 Investigators, I'm Rachel Polansky.
Call, email, or download the NBC2 News app and submit your tip now.